Hey guys, it's Daniel here with a new video, and today I'm going to be discussing the 5th episode of WandaVision. Now, I'm gonna try to get the video done as I'm filming this a bit later than I usually do, so I don't know whether I'll get this review up tonight or tomorrow, because it's Thursday night tonight, so either I get it up tonight or I get it up on Friday the next day, so let's just hope I can get it done around those times, as I do try to have a weekly schedule. But today, let's talk about the 5th episode of WandaVision. Now, the episode starts off with the return of Wanda and Vision's kids, Billy and Tommy. They are babies, and anyone who's ever been a parent can relate to the struggle. How many times have you tried to make your kid happy, your baby happy when they're a baby, but it just doesn't work out because they just keep on crying? She keeps using her magic to hit the, babies to make them quiet, but it doesn't work. Now, that could either be a comedy bit or a reality breaking bit because her powers aren't working on them, but whatever one it is, it's pretty hilarious, and it is relatable for anyone who's ever been a parent. Basically, Agnes, played by Catherine Hahn, returns with a whole yoga stuff to help the babies get calm, and then the babies just poof, they grow up to become I don't know, 5, 6, 7, and they become young toddlers, and then we cut back into out of the reality where we see Monica Rambeau, and she's describing everything that's happening, about what's happened to her in that reality, and many people are considering Scarlet Witch a terrorist because we see some footage that she broke into Sword and stole Vision's corpse, and now she's managed to resurrect him somehow. We don't know why. Hell, even Kat Dennings, or Darcy Lewis, says that how did she resurrect him without the Mind Stone? Now, the first 3 episodes of WandaVision were kind of yeah, they're kind of like the MCU, but they're not. They're just a bit like sitcoms. But in the 4th episode, it became more like it was part of the MCU. In this episode, it's 50-50. Some parts focuses on Wanda in the reality, but others focus on Sword and what they're trying to do to get inside Wanda's reality. So basically, they tried to find a way, and then we cut back into the reality where Tommy and Billy meet a little dog, who they call Sparky because the dog scratches the electrical and ends up getting sparked. So they take care of it. And yes, this is incredibly cliche in family comedy sitcoms, but they do kind of make fun of the fact that it's kind of cliche, because Wanda and Vision, they're saying, you can't have the pet until you're 10, and then they're like, oh no, 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 and then they age up, they turn into 10, and now they're allowed to keep the dog. So, in that regards, they do kind of make fun of the fact that it's kind of cliche. And, but that's basically Tommy and Billy's powers. They can age faster than anyone else. So they take care of the dog, but then the dog runs out of the house after Wanda realizes that the Sword agents have sent a large drone into the reality. Monica's just trying to talk on the microphone. She's like, Wanda, are you there? We want to help you. But then the, general, I think he's a general, it turns out that he put missiles or guns into the drone, and they ask him to fire because he considers Scarlet Witch as a threat. And so when Wanda stops the drone, she comes out of the reality and warns them to stay out of her home. She wants nothing more than to have her reality, and she doesn't want anyone to take it away from her. She's like, this will be your only warning. Stay out of my home. I definitely have a huge, mix about what's really going on. On the one hand, she might be, working for, a villain. She could be working for Mephisto, because Mephisto has made a deal with Scarlet Witch. If Scarlet Witch wants the reality, she has to do something for, Mephisto. Or it could be anyone the other villain. It could be someone else besides Mephisto. Or she's really doing it to herself because it seems like she's turned more into a villainous character, which I'm pretty sure all Scarlet fans are going to be heartbroken by this, because their favourite character in the MCU has now given into the dark side. And honestly, they could have just they turned him into a bad guy, but because of what she's been through, you kind of feel sorry for her. Like, she's just doing this because of loneliness after losing her brother and her fiance. So he brings both of them back. And yes, I said both. I'll talk about it at the end of this video. But she just needs, like, her life back together. That's kind of a tragic part for this character. But at the same time, I don't think it's enough to make me sympathise with her that much because of everything she's done. Because, like some of the sword agents said, she is kind of taking people into hostage. Like, she's controlling their mind and they can't leave or go wherever they want. I can't really sympathise with Scarlet Witch that much because of what she did. But anyway, she goes back into reality, and then we cut to Vision going to work, and then this is when he starts to realise things are not what they seem. Because he meets his boss, right, and he uses his fingers and snaps him out of Wanda's control. Like, he's like, oh my god, you gotta stop her, Wanda, she's controlling everyone. And then Vision just does this to his head again, and then he's back in the control. So it makes me realise, could Vision be the key to stopping Scarlet Witch from doing what she's doing? I don't know. But anyway, they try to look for the dog. They go out, they try to find the dog, but then this is probably one of the saddest parts in the show. The dog dies. I know he ate a few leaves off Agnes's plants, and he ended up poisoning him or anything. It's a very sad way to end off this episode. Well, it's not the ending, but it's a sad thing because I really love dogs. They're the cutest and most lovable animals I've ever seen. I have one myself, and to see a dog suffer just hits my heart. So to see the dog like this is just heartbreaking. It's clear that Scarlet Witch is, like, out of control. Like, the sword agents interfering with the reality has tampered with her powers. It's clear that she's really doing this just due to loneliness. So it seems like she wants revenge on the sword agents. They don't address it, but they do say it. And then we get to the ending of the episode. Oh boy, here we go. Let's get to the ending of the episode. Basically, at the end, they clean off all of Sparky's, like, toys and, like, materials and all that. And then Vision finally stands up to Wanda and says, "You lie to me. This reality isn't what it seems, isn't it? What's outside of Westfield? You are controlling everyone around here. Why are you doing this? Why? Why?" And then Scarlet Witch is like, "This is our home. All of this was for us. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me handle this." And then she does mention that she doesn't know how any of this happened. She's not the one controlling all of this. So there's a bit of hesitation of whether or not she's lying or Mephisto is, like, helping her doing this. And then we get to the ending. Now, before I talk about this ending, I do have to mention one thing. When the cast of WandaVision was first announced, I saw this one actor from another Marvel franchise, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, he played another character from this franchise that is also a character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Why is he? No. And I'm pretty sure you all know what I mean. Yes, there's a knock on the door. Wanda opens the door. Like, you wait for it. She opens the door, and it's her brother, Quicksilver, aka Pedro. But it's not Aaron Taylor Johnson. You look, she opens the door, and it's Evan Peters as the character of Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men franchise. And when I saw him in the, like, cast announcement, I was like, oh yeah, he played Quicksilver in that franchise. Wait, is he going to return because Quicksilver was in the MCU before he died in Age of Ultron? And then just see you on the face, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Are you hinting to the fact that the multiverse, one of the dimensions in the multiverse that they announced, is the Fox X-Men franchise, and Quicksilver has been introduced into the MCU? Oh my god! Oh my goodness! I almost pooped pooped my pants. Like, I was like, oh my god, it's Evan Peters' version of Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men franchise. Now, if you're wondering why I'm having a bit of excitement over this, because I really like the Fox X-Men franchise. Plus, the character of Quicksilver from that franchise, played by Evan Peters, is one of the funniest characters in that franchise. And there are so many character resolutions that haven't been complete, like Deadpool, X-23. Like, I really wanted to see more of X-23, aka Laura, played by Daphne Keane from Logan, because after Logan, her story just like kept on going, and we never found out what happened. So to see Evan Peters not only play the character of Quicksilver and just be in the episode, it kind of gave me hope that the story of the Fox X-Men franchise isn't coming to an end, and they're actually going to cross over with the MCU, which, wow. I am so excited, but at the same time, I'm also, like, not that excited, because what if that's not what they're trying to do? What if one of the multiverses isn't the X-Men Fox franchise? What if that's not what they're trying to do? What if the Evan Peters as Quicksilver we see now is just created by Wanda? Hell, even Darcy Lewis, she even says she recast Pietro? Or it could be Mephisto in disguise. So there are all those questions, but I'm really hoping that it's the multiverse thing, because then we can finally see more of Deadpool, X-23, Quicksilver, like that version of Quicksilver. Like, I just hope it's the multiverse thing. So that was the ending of the episode. So little tips, like episode 3, little tips I want to talk about. First of all, in one scene, Wanda ends up using her powers to create a collar for Sparky, and they're just like, she could have seen you. We share the same people. You're doing something different. We're not supposed to expose ourselves. I mean, Scarlet Witch is like, well, we gotta expose ourselves, and I think you should too. And what Vision's like, what are you hiding from me? That's a bit of reality bacon. And one big important is, I want to talk about this commercial thing, where they spill some liquid on the floor, and they use a special kind of kitchen material paper to wipe it off. And one time, the narrator of that commercial says, if it was an accident, if you don't know what you did, it's not your fault. That also has relevancy in Wanda's character arc, because what she's doing, she believes is right, and she doesn't know that what she's doing is wrong, and she feels like it's not her fault, so she must have created this to remind herself of that. So that's relevancy. Overall, I really like this episode of WandaVision. It's either my second or third favourite episode of the show so far, because I really love episode 4. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with Quicksilver. I hope it's the multiverse thing so that we can see more of Fox. And since Disney now owns Fox, I don't see any possibility of the X-Men franchise ending. So I'm kind of hoping it's that. And what did you think of the ending of this episode? Are you really excited? Or you felt like it was kind of a waste of time, it's just a trick and it's not going to lead to anything? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'm currently working on a TV review, like a new TV show review. And I'm going to be doing it with this new mic thing that I got for Christmas. I finished doing all of my recordings on it, so I just need to edit the video and then I'll upload it online. I'm not going to say what the TV show is, just in case you want to see it yourself, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to do more, and as always, I'm Daniel, reviewing movies, TV shows, doing videos. Subscribe, like, share, comment, notifications. Peace out, man. Wow. That was almost as fast as Quicksilver. But it's nowhere near as fast as Quicksilver.